Right, welcome. Let's take you through half an hour of the day's business news that you need to know. And as always, we normally start with either a number or a chart of the day. Well, today we're going to start with the chart of the day, and you've probably seen this a few times in the last week or so. South Africa's rand has come under enormous pressure today, revisiting the sell-off that was triggered by political turmoil and ratings downgrade. Now, whilst currencies elsewhere broadly strengthened and emerging stocks rose for a one-week high, the rand has lost 0.3% against the dollar in volatile trading, but was still on the three-month lows that it hit on Tuesday in the wake of the S&P Global Ratings cutting the country's credit rating to junk. So this is the chart, and remember, when you see it going up, it actually means that our rand is getting weaker against the dollar. At the 2nd of April, so soon after the finance minister was recalled from Europe, that's when the rand started to feel the pressure straight away. And then there was the cabinet reshuffle, and all hell broke loose essentially, and that's where we saw it at its weakest. Today the rand has lost 1%, and that was after the Secretary General of the ANC held a press briefing after the ANC's National Working Committee met for the last 2 days, and they came out in full support of the president, saying that no ANC is going to be voting against President Zuma, and they want him to stay. And that saw that 1% weakness in the rand today, at one point above 1380, but I think by 5 o'clock we were trading at 13 rand at 75. And then of course there's this threat that the banks may further get downgraded by the ratings agencies as well. Normally it starts with the debt, and then because the banks are closely related to debt lending, they usually feel the effects as well. And we'll be chatting a little bit later on to Davy Root, who might give us a little bit of insight on that correlation. So not great news, the rand under pressure, and we're probably going to see that for until the political dust settles. Now, Treasury Director General Lungisa Fuzile is stepping down soon. He is, however, downplaying suggestions that he resigned because he said that he asked that his contract be redetermined to leave earlier. Fuzile was speaking on the sidelines of the Loans and Bonds Africa conference, which is currently underway in Cape Town.
A 20-year career at National Treasury, with 6 of those years at the helm of the institution, and the 50-year-old wants out to focus on his family.
As I have been indicating privately to Minister Gigaba and everyone who cares to listen, I'm prepared to stay as long as it is necessary, but not for very long.
Fuzile has requested to leave in mid-May, but that is yet to be approved, and he has denied that he's leaving following the cabinet reshuffle last Thursday evening.
I gave Minister Gordon my letter on Wednesday afternoon. I think the date was the 29th.
There may be perceptions that perhaps, notwithstanding the fact that it's penciled in your contract that you can leave after a year or up to 2 years, perceptions that you're leaving because of the reshuffling out of Pravin Gordhan?
There will remain perceptions.
Fuzile says he had been wanting to leave since early last year, but had been asked to stay on. Lungisa Fuzile says he's committed to ensure that there is a smooth transition at the National Treasury. He's currently negotiating for an exit date. That exit strategy will have to consider that rating agency Moody's will make a decision about South Africa's sovereign rating in about 3 months' time.
I will make sure that the transition is smooth. Things like those would have to come into the equation. All that you need with most constituencies is to take them into confidence. They must understand why certain things are happening.
Fuzile has also emphasized that he was not pushed to leave. Bulelani Philip, SABC News, Cape Town.